January in this year, when an unknown virus was affecting Wuhan in China, I chaired the CEPI Scientific Advisory Committee. We had an emergency meeting and we said, should we ask CEPI to invest in vaccines for this unknown pathogen? And we said yes. And somebody said, you never know, this could be pathogen X, which is the pandemic pathogen the world has been holding its breath about. But clearly, I don't think we all knew what it was going to look like or feel like. And I think holding our breath we might have been, but prepared, I don't think we really could have been, because we're learning as we go along. So we are in a war, but I think one thing that's incredibly important is that this is a virus for which no one can be left behind, because this virus will find every susceptible person. So as long as one person is not protected, the world is not protected, and that must be a sort of starting point. At the same time, CEPI is looking to invest in manufacturing sites, and in parallel, without knowing which vaccines are going to work, is investing in vaccine development sites, as are countries, as is the Gates Foundation and other role players. But I would say to that we're not investing enough or considering enough the African region. And that means you're going to have the poorest countries and the richest countries and middle-income countries like South Africa all together with an enormous power of being able to buy vaccine, to secure the best vaccines, and to have a collaboration that starts to also get countries to really think, it's not just good for me, it's good for all, and it cannot be all for the Northern Hemisphere and none for the Southern Hemisphere. So that's called the COVAX Facility, and that's the kind of innovation that has to go with new technology. So if I were going to say, what have we learned? Because of this compressed timeline that we've got, I think that what we have to say is, for all the new technologies, we've got to think of this end-to-end approach, where we don't only say it's a new technology, we also say, how are we going to manufacture it at speed and scale it up? How are we going to have equitable and fair access? And how are we going to ensure demand and uptake of those technologies?